Hello and welcome back to another Morbid Day video. Today I'm finally getting around to filming my luxury handbag collection. Yeah, I said luxury. I tried filming this last week and sadly I wasn't able to get that video out, so there was no video last week. But that was because I filmed and then the audio was just gone. It was trashed and definitely not usable. So we're trying this again. Another note that I'd like to say is that currently my whole handbag collection is all made up of Coach. So it technically means I'm also doing my entire Coach handbag collection as well. Like two birds, one stone kind of situation. In the future, my handbag collection might change. I might venture off into other brands as well. But Coach has, surprisingly even to myself, has brought me a lot of joy, and seeking out these pieces and really thinking about these pieces, and they bring me joy. They really do. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get started in no particular order. Well, kind of. I'm gonna go ahead and start off just by the way these are laid out in my closet. And first off, it's just so happens to be all the big bags. All the info as well will be on the screen for every single bag, but this is my Lana shoulder bag. I had previously purchased the 23 size. It ended up not working out for me. I thought the size was too small for me and a very weird looking, personally to me, in the 23. So eventually I did get this gifted for Christmas. Eternally grateful. This is a great bag. I've been really warming up to her a lot more recently. Like, I already loved her and I enjoyed her, but recently she's been getting a little bit more love. So she just packs a big, powerful punch in terms of like being able to hold stuff. So that's great. And I was finally able to get her initials on the bag. Yeah, that's really neat. I definitely plan to do that to all the bags that I can see myself holding on to for very long periods of time, because they're actually engraved onto the original tag. So that means a lot to me. Another big beauty, we have the Relic tote with the Coach graphic on it. And I definitely really enjoy the letters and the words on it. I tend to find, another opinion of mine, but kind of how like people used to do decor with like words in their kitchens and words on their, like those affirmation type pieces that people would hang in on their walls. They grew to be tacky, to not stand the test of time. And I'm hoping that that's not the case with this, but even already, like, people really enjoy the Marc Jacobs The tote bag. I'm starting to see them the same way that I see homes with, like, words on the wall. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen here. Hopefully it's just because it says just the brand and the location. And I also find it kind of funny that I live in Los Angeles, so we are completely opposite coasts, but I definitely rock the New York, and then sometimes I'll even pair it with a Los Angeles hat. So I think that's kind of funny. But overall, she also packs a very big, powerful punch, more than the Lana as well. She's in that nice white color, and she was the first white bag I think I bought from Coach. And yeah, my fear of white has definitely dissipated, because now I have about a good handful of white bags, and she's holding up very well. So here we have the Coach City Tote. I believe these are sold in the outlet, and this was actually my first pre-loved piece. I found her in that really nice pattern, and it has the Coach stamped in certain areas on the print. The color is just that nice, like, would it be a saddle brown maybe? She is reversible. She currently has stuffing inside, but she is genuinely reversible, because I know the City Totes, sometimes they have that pocket lining on the inside, and then when you flip it inside out, that pocket then sits awkwardly on the outside. Personally, I'm not a fan of those City Totes, but this one just so happened to not have that. It comes intact. It's pre-loved. And the owner still had the little pouch with the, the serial number on it, and the little pledge. But yeah, I definitely bought this to just kind of throw around a little bit more and just not worry as much about it. The last of the big girlies, I have the Coach Reese tote. This bag is gorgeous. Gorgeous. And it has that like classic beauty to her. Something just attracted me to her initially. But when I first saw her, she was at a very hefty price point. I don't even remember how much it went for originally. But spoiler alert, I did get her a really, really good like markdown. She was one of the last few at my local retail store. Obviously the rest is history because I got this for myself for Christmas. And no regrets. I've yet to use her, but I do think I always knew and had the intentions that she was going to be a very seasonal bag for me. She was going to be a spring-summer bag for sure. Something else I'd like to point out is the stitching on the bag is just really well done and really beautiful, and I wish that Coach would maybe do a little bit more of this. It's kind of cool. But regardless, I do want to state that she kind of reminds me of the Chanel DeVille bag. And she has some like DeVille vibes for sure. She definitely has that beachy kind of look. Also like a vacation vibe as well. So I can't wait to travel with her. I would love to travel with this bag. Next up we have the Sammy Top Handle. And she is just a fabulous, fabulous bag. Just alone in her structure with the nice metal C in the front and like her great stitching and the way she was constructed and laid out is just impeccable work. And for that reason, she's definitely my most prized possession bag. And she's not even worth the most. But like it kind of just goes out the window when you find like a true classic beauty that just works for you. I've raved and ranted so much about this bag that I don't want to like continue on. So I will just leave you at that. She's just a beautiful, gorgeous bag. And if you ever find her in the pre-love market, because she's gone. She's not in the Coach store or in the Coach website anymore. So yeah, if you ever find her, think about it. You know, she's a great girl. Next up, we have my Charlotte shoulder bag. She's definitely that nice rectangular long look, but she also has like a bit of a razzle dazzle about her. It's definitely that embossed crocodile leather. I remember like it was yesterday going to the Coach outlet store. We were passing through on a family vacation and I had my eyes on the Charlotte shoulder bag that was just like black with the silver hardware. It was a lot more simple. It didn't have this embossing. And as soon as I saw her, just laid my eyes on her, I was like, she's coming home with me. I know they just came out recently with the green one, and the green one is gorgeous, by the way. It's just beautiful. But all in all, she has let me down. The construction of this bag is nowhere near what my Coach, like the actual Coach boutique, Coach retail store bags are at. Like this doesn't even come close to those bags. And it's left me a little disappointed, not gonna lie. I definitely wanted this to be like a date night, over the shoulder, on the city, go bag, and her corners are wearing down very badly for me. For somebody who doesn't really use this bag all that much, that the fact that that's happening is just a letdown. So it lets me know that this will not be around for a very long time. And I guess in the end, I've come to terms with that, and that's fine. But in the future, it's definitely has me very wary about buying from the outlet store. Like, if there's no longevity, then what's the point of me investing? Even though the price point is lesser, it's just, I can't wrap my mind around that. So, yeah, that's just a long rambled way. I will just continue using her until she's no longer with us, but I don't appreciate her. We've got our first micro bag, and yes, this is a bag. This is a belt bag. She's very, very small, and I've already gotten use out of her, good use out of her. I took her out to a bar recently. I was wearing like a nice little blazer dress, wrapped around my waist, put some cards in and a little lippy, and that was the night. And she is perfect for those kinds of moments, and I'm so glad that I found her. And I just want to bring this up to the camera so I can show you guys how micro and tiny this little 1941 tag is. It is really small. So she was half off, So I ended up getting her about like $80. So I was like, that is a bargain, and I am definitely going for it because she was on my wish list. And she is extra large, size 14-16, friendly with the belt bag, because I'm a little worried that might not fit. But when I tried it in the store, I was like, perfect. Let's go home. Another true classic beauty. Here is the broom bag. This is definitely a more like recent release for Coach, and I definitely enjoyed the idea of the bigger size. I believe it's a size 36, but I just couldn't commit to the bigger size. Something about it. I'm 5'2", I'm very short, and the big one was just daunting. So when this finally came out in the smaller size on the website, I had to go for it. I can see myself dressing up, dressing down, and she's just fabulous. I made a whole video review about her. Some of these bags I have reviews up, so I will link them if you guys care to check them out. But just like the Sammy, just like everything is up there for me. From the structure and the design and the quality. Last little note, she does have a crossbody strap. I never use it, so that's going to be a common theme in today's video that you'll hear me say. But yeah, I don't end up using it. I do use her very much like just top handle a lot of the time. And I don't think she's a heavy bag, personally. Next, we have another little tiny bag moment, tiny purse energy moment. TPE. I kind of have a little bit of a story time. I'm going to try to make this short because I can ramble, but I remember first seeing her in the retail store, and I was just not ready to pull the trigger on it then. I still needed a bit of time. And then once the timing was right for me, I went in and I was definitely seeking her out. Lo and behold, she was not available. But my SA, she's great. She's really nice. And she was like, don't worry, I'm on it. I'm pretty sure I can find one and track one down for you. And I'm on the case, basically. A couple days later, she reached out again. And she was like, girl, I'm so sorry that I told you that I could get this for you, because they're just no longer available. Like, they are done. They're gone. They disappeared. I cannot find one single remaining one of these. And I was sad. I was really genuinely sad, because I remember I just had the Rogue top handle 12 in color block on the mind after that point. I was like a woman obsessed. So I would check in online and everywhere I could, high and low, and I could not find this bag either to save my life. So I was definitely checking the pre-loved market a lot for this bag, and no such luck either. Eventually, I think like a month later of just checking on and off, I found a post on Poshmark, and somebody was selling this, but at like a very upcharged price, and I was not ready to do that. So I definitely had to haggle my way down just a bit. I managed to. And I finally felt comfortable where we landed on this price on the Poshmark post. I could tell it was real, it was genuine bag. I was not worried about that at all. She did come damaged a little, as you guys can see. It seemed like she was probably stored like this and like something heavy on top, because she has the indents right here. And then she does have a bit of a scratch right there. All in all, I don't think that still deterred me away from this bag. I think it's still a beauty, and I didn't really care so much about these little imperfections personally. That did push me to lower the pricing. I finally ended up getting it 100 over the original price of this one, and I was okay with that, and that's when I pulled the trigger on it. Some of y'all might be shaking your heads, but she is still an obsession of mine. She's really cute. I don't think I've mentioned her on this channel yet, but she's just really, really cute. She comes with her top handle. She has this strap that you can hold it with, or it can be decorative, because when you're holding a top handle, it can just kind of hang like a little chain. Or you can wear it crossbody, which I've also done, and I'm not really a big crossbody girl, but I've done it occasionally here from time to time. She also has that really cute micro tag. I'm definitely a big fan of micro bags. The little micro tags are so cute for the 1941. So she packs a good punch for a tiny bag. She has a lot of little compartments within her. So I know I've rambled a lot on this one, so I'm gonna just go ahead and carry on. In our next category, we have the quilted collection that I currently have in my closet. And first we're starting with the heart crossbody with quilting is the actual like name on the website for Coach for this bag, and I have it in the black Napa leather with the gunmetal hardware, and I'm so glad, and I'll explain in a minute, that I got the gunmetal hardware on her. It is wearing very well up until recently, and that is all my fault. I left her out one day, and my pets, I have a cat and a dog, and the dog was chasing the cat. The two of them somehow managed to just claw on this bag, and you can't really see it too much. You can kind of see it on the camera right there. Like this side, I think the cat got to it, and then this side was definitely the dog's claws. You can kind of see the scratches. And I cried. I definitely shed a couple tears for this bag because she is so pretty. She is the most like kitschy in my closet, and for that reason I don't really gravitate too much towards. She's kind of a little like juvenile, a little young, and I don't find myself reaching too much for this. But we just literally had Valentine's Day and I did wear her. But I am also glad that I got her in the gunmetal because she does have a leather strap crossbody, which is really cute. Because she is gunmetal, I find that a lot of metal mixing works here. This is sold separately from Coach, but this is one of their straps. Here's another one just to like kind of pretend and show off the fact that the gunmetal, if you're ever thinking about getting a Coach gunmetal hardware bag, I think they're pretty versatile. And I find that you can get away with putting different straps on them because of the fact that they're in that dark color. So just a little hack there. She surprisingly fits a good amount, but in my whole collection, she's definitely the most whimsy out of all of them. And just for the sake of time, here are the two Tabby 26 sizes with quilting, and these have been such a hit for Coach. They're starting to release and roll out some more colors, which I think is really neat. They have the denim one that's out. This is just such a good bag. It's such a great bag. Personally, I'm in love and worth every single penny. I can see this being in my collection for a good while. This is another bag that I've raved so much on my channel. I'll leave a link to the review videos, but not much else to say. So we're gonna go ahead and move on. We have a tiny purse energy moment, and that is the Tabby in the size 12. And she's a regular Tabby, which I kind of forget that I have an actual Tabby, like a standard looking Tabby. She's just in the smaller size, but I just love her tiny purse energy moment. I think she just looks really good. I've yet to carry her top handle. I just don't think it really works that well top handle. But mostly I use it cross body. So she's definitely a card and a lipstick and go kind of moment, and I don't mind it. I've definitely hit them all in this, and she works great. She's a cute little tiny purse, and I love my tiny purses. Next up, we have a very fun Tabby. I think it's the Tabby box bag. Yes, that is her official name, and she comes in that nice chalk white with the very structured briefcase box look. And she has that leather seat, which I'm not a fan of, but I think here I think it works. It makes her look a little bit more low-key. She does come with a leather crossbody strap. I think it's in here. It is. And then she is currently paired with one of the Coach chains that you do buy separately in the silver. She's one of my few silver pieces. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't reach for this bag a lot. I think she might be on the chopping block to probably get sold. I hope that's not the case because I do like the look of it. I think she packs a good amount in here. I have like no issues with that. I don't know what it is about this bag. It's just, I don't find myself reaching for it. So I did get it this chain to hopefully persuade me to reach for it, but it's more of a we'll see kind of thing. Maybe in the spring, summer, I might change my mind. She does have her little wristlet. I've yet to carry it with the little wristlet. I've yet to carry it with its crossbody. I've yet to carry it with the briefcase handle. And I actually had to order this. I ordered this with my essay, and I had to get it shipped to the store, and I picked it up. So I did plan it out. It's just, for some reason, it's kind of still a mystery as why this is kind of a fluke. I don't really know. But she's gorgeous. I will say that. I do like her look. This is Coach's Bandit bag. I think this is such a sleek, classic, timeless piece that will be with me for a very long time. She's got that messenger look where it's just like a flap over its body, very minimal, no fuss, no muss. She's got her little 1941 tag. I love this tag. And then currently I've got her with the C strap that comes sold separately from Coach, but I do love this strap a lot because there's a lot of no fuss, no muss either when it comes to taking it on and off. Because currently the way I have it in my closet, she just kind of gets, stored in there. And with the leather strap, I don't like keeping it on when storing it. So because of that, I don't really use the crossbody strap. I do like the way it looks, I just don't like storing it. So unless I can find a different way of putting her in my closet, this is the way it's gotta be for the time being. I love the quality of this piece and not much else to say, but she's a true classic beauty as well. We're nearing the end of this collection video, but here we have a pillow tabby. She is a very minimal girl, but she's also very modern. I think her puffy design gives it that modern look, but because she's just in that very monochromatic look, I think you get away with it being more timeless because of that fact. So she does have her little leather C buckle, which I'm usually not a fan of again, but I think on these pieces it makes sense. Whereas I know I've complained on the quilted with tabbies with the leather C, I don't really enjoy it as much. I think it just looks more refined with the metal. So here it works for me. I don't gravitate a lot towards her, and I think I'm pinning it down to the color. Although, however, with what I have on today, I do think we would end up working out. I just find that I don't gravitate a lot towards this color and this bag that much, and it's kind of sad because I do genuinely enjoy the pillow tabbies, but as it stands right now, she might be on the chopping block to get sold because I just don't really use it, and I don't like to have bags just to collect dust. I don't view them as investment pieces at all, so it's not like I'm trying to regain anything back with her. I just would love for her to find like a loving home and get used, unlike with me. Here we have my first ever Rogue. And this last bag, I would like to start off with saying that I am not a fan of Rogues. I think that this would serve well in like on a whole separate video on its own, but it is one of Coach's more popular, I think, bags. And I'm just not the biggest fan of Rogues. I was never looking for a Rogue until I saw this one. I was just looking in the pre-love market and I came across this from Essex Fashion House, which I also want to plug. They're based in the UK and they have a whole pre-loved online store and online presence, and they're great to shop with. I know that the bag that I buy is going to be in good care. By the way, they're shipped off and they're packaged and they just know their stuff over there. So did want to shout them out. This is Rogue. I saw it. I fell in love. The embossed leather. I love the C's. I think this is a lighter Rogue because of the embossed leather. I'm not sure because I have tried certain Rogues and they do feel heavy. I will say I struggled a bit on the color again. I've noticed that I do this thing where I just want to venture into other colors because I have a lot of black and I have a lot of white and I just want to try something else. And I'm starting to gather that that's just not me, and that's just not the case at this current time and place in my life. I just don't like color that much. And I don't know why I keep forcing myself. And I laugh because this isn't even that big of a color. So I can only imagine if I actually try to incorporate true color, like how that would work for me. Because this is like a beige. It's just a beigey, pinky color. But it's just sad because I do love the bag a lot. My first Rogue that I've ever fallen in love with. And I don't use it a whole lot because of the color. So, it's just a long-winded way of me saying that I do think I'm going to sell this bag. I have my eyes on the same one, but in a different color. And I do want to say on the Essex Fashion House, you can find this one as well. They currently have listed like a blue color, and I believe it's like a nice deep red color, kind of like my hair. And it's gorgeous. They're gorgeous. So if you're interested, yeah, they're available. But I think I'm gonna sell it because the color is just not for me. And it's a shame. But you live and you learn, and you understand that sometimes you're not that person. I was literally just packing up everything, and I can't believe the disloyalty, the disrespect, that I completely forgot about this little one right here. So this is actually what started off the entire collection. This was the first purchase ever that I made as an adult, coming back to Coach. And it is, I forget the exact title, but she is technically not a bag. She's a wallet, but she does come with her little chain. However, everything is perception. And personally, from here on out, I'm just going to refer to her as a purse, because to me, she is a purse. She served me very well. She's also another tiny purse energy bag, just some cards and a lipstick, and that is it. And when I first originally got her, she was my go-to everywhere bag when it came to errands. And I was actually surprised that I would see her out and about. Like when I would go outside and I would go to a store, I would sometimes catch other people with the same bag. Like, so I'm surprised, but at the same time, I'm not surprised. And she is from the outlets. I think she is my third outlet piece. And she's one that I will probably have for a very long time until she's no longer with us anymore. She's a fabulous, great bag, and I think she deserves her own little tag. So I think I'm gonna hunt for a tiny micro like Coach tag for her, because I do think she deserves her tag. That is the end of this review. I know it's been very long, and I'm so sorry, and it's been so long-winded, and I just like to talk a whole lot. But that is my entire collection at its current state. I can't wait to do this video in the future, next year, and see if we've grown and what pieces we've gotten rid of and what we've replaced. I do have my eyes on quite a few pieces. As of late, I did watch the Coach New York fashion show for fall 2024, and I did see the like smaller square quilted tabbies. I know they were going for a worn look. That's why the tabbies looked kind of like deflated and not their usual puffy self, and a lot of the bags were distressed. So I don't like the design of that quilted tabby though, the squareness of it. But I did like the Empire carryall. That looks actually kind of, I hate to say this, but I think they're probably, like a lot of brands currently are inspired by the Row Margot bag. And it's giving me that. But I do like Coach's version of it. And it is really jumbo and it's really big. I hope they make it in a slightly smaller size, because I don't know what I would put in such a big bag, but I do like its silhouette. And I'm hoping it hits the stores at some point. I'm gonna keep an eye out, and I'm gonna ask my essay. That is it for this video, you guys. I will leave Essex Fashion House down below if you wanna check them out. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Any thoughts, leave them in the comments, and I'll be sure to get back to you. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. So without further ado, this is where I leave you, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye for now.